Hi, everybody. Sean O'Kane here with Chip Estimate TV, where we bring you the latest trends and information in chip design and IP and everything in between. My guest today is our world traveler. Mr. John Blyler is with us. He's the president and CEO of a couple of new online publications called IP Systems and IoT Systems. So thank you very much for joining us, John.
Thank you, John.
And it kind of lends itself to what we're going to be talking about today. You're coming to us from Moscone Center in San Francisco.
Yep.
Actually, you're outside the center there, which is really cool. And you attended the Intel Developers Forum. There's so much news about IoT. It's everywhere. So Apple and Intel both had recent events in San Francisco where IoT, especially wearables, played a major part. And how does IP fit into all of this?
Two words, basically, connectivity and software. These aren't new words, but the diversity that the IoT is going to bring is going to mean we're going to see a lot more analog mixed signal, RF, IP coming into the silicon and software. And the software meaning not only the firmware and whatnot that we are certainly familiar with, but even the application level. And there's just going to be this hardware-software integration that's going to be of a degree that I don't think we've had to deal with before. Mm-hmm. And then the managing of both of those sets of IP now. So the mix is going to get even more interesting.
Well, you mentioned the importance of wearables, and were there any other interesting announcements about wearables from Apple and Intel?
Well, Apple certainly announced their, finally, their Apple Watch and the iPhone 6, and lots of good things going on there. Uh-huh. Intel had announcements too. They've in the wearable space they've partnered up with some folks, and they have a watch, several watches. Mm-hmm. They also have, and the fashion angle was interesting, mm-hmm. Because fashion is one of those things where it's got to work along things that are just very fashion oriented. The technology needs to be in the background, or it's not going to work. It's not going to sell. So they had, for example, for the ladies, they had a bracelet that was fashion on the outside, but you could turn it over slightly, and there would be a screen there, and it would tell you things about email or alerts or what have you, plus pulse rate, things like that. Then there were a whole slew of interesting devices, clothing and whatnot that you'd wear for health and whatnot. And these are things that you'd throw in the washer and dryer. I mean, they're very practical.
Wow. So the fashion industry is also gaining more traction around the IoT, the sensors, and all that kind of great stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, certainly. And it's enabled by this commoditization of hardware. I mean, ARM's been doing it. Certainly, Intel's been doing it. Intel was really talking about their Edison platform, which is what was used for a lot of this development. Which is relatively inexpensive. Most anyone can buy one, and then it's really a matter of developing the software, and of course you can add hardware to it, but it's brought the cost way down, so almost anyone can jump into this IoT.
Well, that's pretty cool, John. Now, there's apps. There's some real cool apps that are wrapped around all this technology, so tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so these apps are kind of the secret sauce, if you will, that make the boards make interesting things. Mm-hmm. I hinted a little bit at some of those, wearables of one thing kind or another. Another one that really was eye-catching, I don't know how many women would wear it, is this dress by a designer in the Netherlands, and it's a dress that monitors your biometrics and will flash colors depending on whether you'd like someone to come and join you in a conversation or not.
Interesting.
But there was more practical things too. There were several developers from China. China, of course, has a huge clothing export market and huge consumer electronics. So it makes sense that they would be creating a lot of wearable T-shirts, ties, jewelry that, again, measures biometrics and other things, and then it can be displayed in any number of ways.
I could see a lot of these dating services like Match.com utilizing this technology.
Yeah.
At these get-togethers, and
the speed dating things.
oh,
right?
speed dating, yeah. So this wearable is, if she wants to talk with you, it lights up.
It does. It's a friendly
thing.
light, but I think I'd probably all get all the red flashing lights, from anyone I'd want to meet.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. Well, that's our next travelogue, and we'll
that's
talk
right.
about that.
It'll be somewhere else.
Yeah, but I really appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us, John. As always, you travel all over the world and come and share your experiences and the new technology with Chip Estimate TV. So thanks again for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for John Blyler, my name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time on Chip Estimate TV.